Hey folks, I noted there seemed to be quite a number of comments from people in the community wanting more information on the Plaguebearer dark fantasy role-playing system. I found an in-depth video from a couple of years ago where they provided a more comprehensive overview of the upcoming RPG, which is set in the Zombicide Black Plague / fantasy universe. I therefore thought, for those asking, I'd pull together this rundown summary of the key content and mechanics to help the community understand what makes this game offering unique compared to other RPGs and why it might be of interest to those who either already have a significant amount of Zombicide fantasy content or maybe looking to incorporate this with a first-time pledge diving into Dead Men Tales. Ahoy there, survivors! The world of this RPG is set in the same medieval world shared by Zombicide Black Plague, specifically focusing on the Duchy of Wolfsburg. The atmosphere is very much focusing on dark fantasy. Unlike a realistic Middle Ages based game setting, it's a world where the horror of the undead is just the latest plague for a populace already hardened by famine and cold. The survivors featured in this setting are pragmatic people using whatever they can find, from combat spells to farm tools. Players aren't taking on roles of typical knights or princesses, they are embodying real survivors, seeking to reclaim a world destroyed by necromancy. Game mechanics, an evolution of the Chronicles game system. This is very much an evolution of what was produced a few years back based on the modern Zombicide world theme. This RPG instance uses an updated version of that system, being streamlined for faster, more exciting play in a medieval context. The game uses a D6 dice system, with players rolling a number of dice based on their statistics and relevant circumstances to determine the outcome of uncertain actions. Characters are developed through 8 advancement levels. Instead of adrenaline from the modern game, characters use a mechanic called fervour to undergo character progression, gaining powerful abilities during play. Finally, fans of the board games or the previous RPG will find the action matrix familiar, helping get this to the table easily, though it has been refined for this setting to help ensure everything is appropriately thematic and coherent. Character archetypes include needing to choose occupations and making meaningful choices as you play. The occupations provided offer 12 different classes in the core game. A specific occupation referenced in the original video was that of being an executioner, providing your party of survivors a strong, silent role prone to resolving problems with violence. Impactful choices. Your archetype choice, for example, apprentice sorcerer versus farmer, more significantly shapes your character's strengths and weaknesses than in previous versions. Magic and enemies. The game system provides survivors accessible magic, making it available as weapons. Combat spells are easy to use and very effective, though some characters are more proficient in them than others. Sorcerous origins. The plague is not just a disease, it is necromantic and sorcerous. This means adversaries often wield black magic against the players. Diverse enemies. Beyond standard zombies, players will encounter unique horrors, including undead creatures like the undead unicorn. Maps and navigation. Topographical detail is provided throughout the book and now also available as highly detailed fold-out external maps of Wolfsburg designed by Nicholas Fructus and Francesca Barold. The game designers noted that even zoomed-in adventure maps are topographically accurate to the larger city map, allowing players to track their progress alley by alley. Quests. Missions are called quests and can be quite lethal, potentially leading to a high turnover of characters if players aren't careful. Miniatures. While the RPG does not require miniatures to play, it has been designed to be fully compatible using any of your existing Zombicide collection. You can even use your board game survivors and tiles to facilitate the narrative. For those interested in seeing how it plays, you can now see Helena and Giles stepping into the role of survivors, guided by Francesco Nepatello, the designer of Plaguebearer, as the game master in an adventure to remember. Check out the link in the description below. Additionally, freshly added to the campaign just this week, 2 new add-ons have been made available with a special connection to Plaguebearer. Fortune favours the bold. For just $10 you can get yourself an exclusive, beautiful pack of 6 custom plastic dice, designed in a gorgeous black marble effect with shiny golden finished symbols. These use the same fantasy Zombicide design you already accustomed to, using the zombie head for the 1 and a torch for the 6. With an extra set or 2 of these fancy dice, you'll never have to pass dice around the table during your gameplay. Introducing the Plaguebearer Character Set. Beyond the world of piracy, Plaguebearer is filled with its own desperate survivors, twisted monsters, and powerful foes shaped by the plague. Now you can play these straight off the RPG page and onto your tabletop. To complement your games of Plaguebearer RPG and Zombicide, FFG have introduced an exclusive Plaguebearer Character Set. This crowdfunding exclusive pack brings the Plaguebearer characters to life as detailed miniatures, each with their corresponding Survivor, Abomination or Necromancer cards. It even comes with a few special quests for your Zombicide games. Whether you're facing the undead in Fantasy Zombicide or telling your own stories in the RPG, these characters are ready to take their place in your adventures. For $35, you can add the Plaguebearer Character Set to your pledge. It contains 12 Survivors and ID cards, 4 Necromancers and 3 Abominations, including reference cards and a rules leaflet. Of course, to play all this glorious new content in the RPG, you'll still need to purchase the RPG add-on, either as PDF digital content or a fully produced box of goodness. To conclude, Plaguebearer is the ultimate evolution of the Zombicide universe, transforming the beloved board game into a deep, grit-soaked dark fantasy RPG where survival is earned through blood and fervour. Whether you're a veteran slayer or a complete newcomer to tabletop role-playing, the streamlined Chronicles 2.0 system ensures you'll be casting devastating spells and decapitating the undead within minutes of opening the book. With a detailed world to explore, including an immersive solo mode for those brave enough to face the necromantic plague alone, there has never been a better time to grab your D6s, rally your party, and take on the encroaching darkness to reclaim the Duchy of Wolfsburg. Hooray!